Hey guys, it's Bananaowns here, and we got our first boss battle against a Lord of Cinder. Now, I think this boss battle marks the turning point in the game where the difficulty starts to escalate quite a bit for certain bosses. But after this one, I would say the boss battles tend to be more difficult than they were at the start. So here's the Abyss Watchers, and this is an amazing fight. I absolutely adore this boss fight. It has a very interesting mechanic especially for the first half. So for the first half, the Abyss Watcher, there'll be multiple Abyss Watchers, but they fight each other too. So you can actually have a strategy where you just avoid attacks and let the other Abyss Watchers, you let them fight amongst themselves and tank down their life bar. And if you can do that relatively successfully too. And I don't think I do that in my first playthrough, because remember, besides I actually think besides the Crystal Sage boss, all these captures are going to be for my first playthrough, and so I'm kind of learning. I probably should have captured the boss fights from like subsequent playthroughs so I can show like how much I've improved, but oh well. So this is my first boss fight with the Abyss Watchers here, and I didn't realize that there's multiple health bars, so I'm kind of just wailing on them because I see like, oh, like this boss fight's pretty easy so far, like I can just pretty much just tank this damage here. I'm still using the longsword. That'll probably be the same until, I don't think I switch weapons until I get the Black Knight sword later on in my playthrough here. So yeah, still using the longsword here. So you can see like they're starting to attack each other, and I kind of just fade back a little bit, let them just wail on each other, and then just come in and hit the straggler. So that first path is actually relatively easy. I would say that's actually a thing for Dark Souls 3 overall, is that the boss fights with multiple parts and multiple health bars are very easy during the first half, and they really ramp up the difficulty here. So this is something that's true of all of the Lords of Cinder. After you give them after you take like a lot of damage away from them, a lot of them get powered up with flame. I think that's a stylistic choice here and a very lore-centric choice here, because they are Lords of Cinder, so they get powered up by the flame. So that's when this boss fight gets very difficult. The Abyss Watcher is a lot more aggressive when he is powered up by the flame, and you can tell I am quickly overwhelmed during this fight. So I just keep moving along, and it just keeps going. And I actually like those cutscenes. Actually, I'm all over the place right now, but so here we go. So you can notice here, like, his attacks, they go a little bit further and they'll go a little bit longer, and they have that flame against with it. I got real lucky I didn't get hit right there. Actually, that was some good hitboxes. But the basic strategy for this fight is the basic Dark Souls strategy, which is try to read the attacks, dodge roll, and you can actually stagger this boss fight, so it makes it a lot easier. But I get very overwhelmed. Some of his combos can chain together very, very well, and it can be difficult to get a read on him, especially for the first time I'm fighting him. So as you can see, I'm doing a decent job, but the Abyss Watcher is actually very fast, and the longsword doesn't have the greatest reach. So unless like you're right next to the enemy, you're not going to hit him with the longsword. Oh, I barely got my shield up there. Oh, why am I tanking all this? Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. One Estus Flask left, and I have to take out pretty much about half of this last boss fight. Last of this health bar. But it goes relatively quickly. Especially this first playthrough, the boss fight, like the bosses don't actually have very large health bars. But let's see if I can pull this off. This is like the Udex Gundyr video earlier, where pull it off from the jaws of defeat. And I don't know why I was being very coy there, considering that, and like in reality, like you know I probably finished this one because I'm posting this video. And there we go. That's it. Managed to clutch it out at the very end there and take out the first Lord of Cinder. And that about wraps up this one, so I'll be back with another video relatively soon.